Fourth quarter set to go. Fourth quarter brought to you by Motive Pure Hydration Formula. Electrolyte replacement in the form of a small 1 ounce bottle. You simply mix it with water and you get everything your body needs. You can play your best when your team needs you the most. Motive Pure. Garal bounce past Rigo diagonal. Tries to connect with Henry Blinn. And now we get a flag down. Man-ups brought to you by the Power Shaft. The world's only weighted lacrosse training shaft. Sick check on the come-ups. And now we will learn of the foul. 11:29 to go, fourth quarter. This man-up brought to you by the Power Shaft. Go to www.thepowershaft.com to learn how you can get that weighted training device. The Power Shaft, I know that lacrosse college teams, they're getting every guy on the team a Power Shaft, and they'll dedicate 1 day a week to Power Shaft Day, where they will all practice with a Power Shaft. You simply put your normal lacrosse head onto the shaft, and you have a tremendous weighted lacrosse training device. Every position on the field can benefit by the use of a Power Shaft. Make sure you get yours today.
One thing about the Power Shaft, Booker, when you're playing with it, it feels really heavy, but then when you make the transition to your regular stick, it's like a feather. So it really helps your game.
Great diagonal pass, shot, goal on the near side. Malvern Prep running a great man-up diagonal pass. Connor Glancy finishes the play, 7-4.
Nice look from Joe Dunn to skip it all the way down to the crease to sophomore Connor Glancy. Puts the ball in the back of the net, right off short side on Landman. Good finish for Malvern. They needed that goal, 7-4.
7-4, 7-3.
It was 7-3, now it's 7-4.
Okay.
Because they scored with a minute left,
not-
remember? 44, 49.4.
Yep. Malvern Prep inching closer. Who hired this guy? Inching closer. The intensity picks up. Corral picks up the loose ball. And now Gavin McBride settles things and gets it to Sammy Rourke.
A lot of tension in those last two face-offs, Booker. A lot of hustle between both squads, and it's great to see that in the game of lacrosse. To see every ground ball is treated like it's the last one for some of these guys, and that's going to be a difference in the game, because if Malvern loses or Haverford loses, that's their last game of the season.
Interact Invitational Lacrosse Tournament presented on CUDA.com in conjunction with the Pattison Sports Group. Pattison Sports Group, a tremendous organization that just created a tournament to allow these private schools in the Philadelphia area to peddle their wares for college coaches and garner a title. Inside feed, Riley Hupfeld shot, goal. Nifty little pass by Gavin McBride, and Riley Hupfeld finishes it. 10:06 to go, fourth quarter. Fords leading 8-4. Booker Corrigan 2-0 on the race to Nifty. Brett Manny, his shoulders are down. He shrugged. That's not next.
That's not next. Yeah, hashtag not next. You keep getting the Nifty. I'll get one before the game's over, Booker. And we still got a whole other game to call here on CUDA.com. I'll try to get one, but retracing our steps here, that last goal, tic-tac-toe. McNamara dodge. Hupfeld passes it out to Blinn back, and then next thing you know, Hupfeld gets the ball on a nice cut, and he does what he does best. He finishes.
I tell you, if you don't win the race to Nifty at some point today, I'm going to make you wear a powder blue leisure suit, and I'm going to call you Wes Mantooth.
As long as you don't have that in your closet, I'll be able to do it.
No, I know you're Wes Mantooth. You have it. Prep, little backdoor cut. Inside feed. Great face dodge by Joe Dunn. Dunn reportedly headed to Penn. I saw Coach Mike Murphy over there. Head coach Mike Murphy doing a great job at Penn. And, of course, Corrigan friendly. We like to refer to those folks that just happen to like people who carry themselves like Corrigans. Very Corrigan friendly.
And Mike Murphy watching some of his future players with Dunn and Sam Rohr for Haverford. That was a great take, though, by Dunn. Like you just said, is the face dodge to create, like he was going in the middle. He brings it right back to his face. Lamb is standing on his toes to make that save.
Hustle play by Jake Glancy.
Eddie McLaughlin, though, with a good take. He's playing really well for Malvern at the attack position. One attackman who's doing great for them. Eddie McLaughlin seems to get a lot of looks.
Strip delicious on the backside, Connor Bailey. What he just did is illegal in 3 counties.
It literally looked like he just had a bench press right there, Booker. A lot of beef jerky is eaten before the games for Haverford and Bailey brothers, I'll tell you that much. And they're eating lean. It's the teriyaki flavor.
We talk about the Slim Jims. My daughter Mary will tell you, we like to refer to them as a tantrum in a snack wrap. Rip into a Slim Jim and have a tantrum about 20 minutes later.
They're tender, tasty, and tempting all at the same time, Booker.
And tantrumy. Jake Lehman doing a nice job coordinating the clear, gets it up the far side to Blinn.
Malvern was in a high ride there, so what they did was all the attackmen went back to the midline, and they let Landman walk the ball up, and he, using his vision, he was able to get the ball and get it over the midfield, doing a good job of Landman by seeing where his open players are.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Motive Pure Hydration Formula. Motive Pure. Replace electrolytes, everything your body needs to play your best when your team needs you the most. Go to motivepure.com to get your hands on that product. A replay of the last one. This time it's Henry Blinn inside to Riley Hupfeld. And that attack clicks. You can just see Riley Hupfeld knows how to cut on the inside.
What a smart lacrosse player Riley Hupfeld is. He probably gets it from his brother, his older brother who's now with Penn. He just cuts when his defender has his ball turned. Riley Hupfeld makes the cut, and you see Blinn feed him, and he shoots it short side as Barrett was anticipating him going far.
And I know in the broadcast booth we don't say it a lot, but I got to tell you, Brett, you're dead wrong. You are wrong. He doesn't get that from his older brother, Hupfeld. He gets that from his dad, Chris Hupfeld. Chris Hupfeld, who the proprietor at Competitive Edge in Wayne, Pennsylvania, right across the street from the Great American Pub. Any dads or moms, if you have a kid who needs great lacrosse stuff, get to Competitive Edge. And if you also go in there, do some shopping, get a Johnny O golf shirt, get some Liquid Flow shorts, and then head across the street to the Great American Pub. Have yourself a nice meal. Kids can run around. You can get yourself a nice beverage. Great place right there in Wayne, Pennsylvania. Competitive Edge Lacrosse Outfitters, or just Competitive Edge Outfitters. Great place, great proprietor. We got to give a shout out to all the folks and alumni from Washington College. Tremendous place to hang out. And I know Chris Hupfeld played back in the day at Washington College with a lot of former greats, including Coach John Nostrand, the head coach of the Haverford Forts.
The WAC, the Shoreman, has done a great job at producing a lot of good lacrosse players throughout the year. You see a lot of guys in the MLL that have played at Washington College. Beautiful facility they have down there now, Booker, for watching games, as they got that great turf field. And it really looks like a palace when you go to watch a game there or play. Well, I actually had the opportunity in Delaware to practice there, and it was a great facility.
And I will tell you this. I trained at Washington College in the summer of 1986, and the indoor pool is called the Eugene B. Casey Aquatic and Swim Center. That is what kind of mind and memory I have. Just so you people know.
An elephant brain right there, Booker.
I'm Ron Burgundy. He's Wes Mantooth. You stay classy, San Diego. You can either be Wes Mantooth or Veronica Corningstone. It's up to you.
I'll go with the Mantooth.
Okay.
Just because of his fashion.
Prep shot goal. Malvern Prep getting the feet underneath him. Shot goal by Joey Dunn.
Joey Dunn saying, I'm going to take this on my back. What you see Joe Dunn do right there, turn the corner. He turned the corner with his shoulder, just ran hard, and once he got a half a step, he used his body and shot it right low, stick side on Landman. Great shot by Joe Dunn, the future Penn
Quaker,
yep.
The NXT Sports Philly Showcase Camps offering a unique opportunity for education and exposure. Work closely with top college coaches. Boys Showcase Camp is June 15 to 17th at St. Joseph's University. Go to showcaselacrosse.com to learn more. Again, the NXT Sports Philly Showcase Camps, or Next Lacrosse, a great organization doing great things.
Hashtag that's next, Booker.
Rigo behind the cage for the Fords.
You got to give credit, though, Booker, to Eddie Morris, who's guarding Rigo. He's so quick, Rigo is. It changes direction, even just when he's not really dodging to go to the cage. And Morris is with him step for step. Eddie Morris is quietly having a good game guarding Zach Rigo.
9-5, your score. Haverford in their home whites. They're the top seed. Malvern Prep comes in. Road Blues. Coach Dave Metzbauer doing an amazing job of just getting this Malvern Prep team ready to take on an awesome Haverford school team. They've played 3 times this year. Gavin McBride on the far end line.
Chad Rafferty just harassing him, not letting McBride go anywhere. He's got his stick on his gloves, and as an offensive player, that's the most annoying thing you can do. If there's an opposing defenseman who's always on your gloves, it's just an annoyance. It's like a little brother, and they're just always on your hands.
I am a little brother. Slick
like
Sammy Roar stopping Brett Manny in his tracks right there.
Just like me, I'm a twin brother, and my brother's older than me by about 5 minutes, but we never really had the harassing problems. We're best friends, though, Booker.
Like to hear that.
Yep.
Like to hear that.
Shout out to Ryan Manny.
Yeah.
For all your real estate needs in Stone Harbor and Avalon, go to Ryan Manny.
I own a couple properties down in Stone Harbor and Avalon. I can tell you that Ryan Manny, tremendous realtor. Ball pinballs around on the Malvern crease area.
Great hustle there by Haverford and Malvern. Zach Rigo was doing like a dancing with the star, twirling around with his stick there, trying to get a shot off. And as Malvern gets the ball, look for them to start to push it as less than 5 minutes to go, almost 5 minutes to go in the game.
And now we get the flag. And man up brought to you by the Power Shaft. Also want to give a quick thank you to the sponsorship group of Episcopal Academy, helping CUDA.com bring these games to you. Episcopal Academy challenges and nurtures mind, body, and spirit, and inspires boys and girls to lead lives of purpose, faith, and integrity. Check out Episcopal Academy and their tremendous new campus over in Newtown Square, PA, boasting unbelievable state-of-the-art athletic facilities and fields. Episcopal Academy, thank you so much for being on board with the tremendous Game of the Week crew on CUDA.com.
It's also where the Philly Showcase is held at Episcopal Academy, the premier event in the country for recruiting, but it's also at a premier facility as well. And that's why when people come to watch, it's one of the best places to play for a kid, because every field is pristine, and really there's no excuses for you playing bad when you go there.
9-5 your score, 5:06 to go, fourth quarter. 9-5 your score. Malvern Prep on the man up, inside play. Ball pinballs around, corralled by Haverford. Jake Landman controls it for the Fords. The penalty has expired. And Henry Blinn comes out of the box and avails himself quickly. Takeaway check. A little strip delicious on the far side.
Does Tommy O'Connor with the takeaway check, and unfortunately he just lost the ball right back as Haverford now is clearing the ball with Blinn running from the midfield position, showing how versatile he can be, Booker.
Sammy Rohr gets it to the attack unit.
It's just an unfortunate series of events there for Malvern Prep as they get a good feed inside on the man up, and then Tommy O'Connor gets the ball back and unfortunately gets the ball stripped away. Malvern had a good opportunity there, and now they're trying to make a big save here with almost 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Rigo inside roll, gets it up top to Blinn. What a save by Barrett. Not you, Fat Jesus. Not up in here.
Eye to eye, Booker. That's where Barrett excels.
Barrett says, I see shots like that every day. Every day. Hey, let's get a pass at the top of the box and try to go high to high. Woo!
Not up in here.
Not up in here. 3:38 to go, fourth quarter, 9-5 your score. Booker Corrigan and Brett Manny bringing the call to you on CUDA.com. So much appreciation for the Philly Lacrosse Showcase and NXT Lacrosse, or Next Lacrosse.
Next Lacrosse is second year, 2014, 2015 kids. Some of them playing for Haverford, Malvern, Episcopal. Really starting to grow here and become one of the best club teams in the Philadelphia area with plenty of talent in those 2014 and 2015 next lacrosse classes.
Prep behind the cage with Graham Weaver, now pushes around the side to Connor Glancy and quickly over to Jake Glancy. No relation. Of course they're related. And now the turf gets a little slippy. I think some of these guys wish they could have ninja mesh cleats because it never slips in ninja mesh.
Yeah, Joe Dunn, unfortunately, trying to make a move right there, and he just falls, and I think that's just because of the wet conditions. And you see the ride by Malvern's attack as Connor Glancy gets the ball back. It must be the shoes.
It's got to be. They call him Connor Green Shoes Glancy, but I don't know why. We'll get an update for that as quickly as we can. At Crack, want to give a quick shout out to Dual Cam Productions, helping CUDA.com bring great lacrosse to you all spring long in 2012. Shot by Kevin McGeary.
McGeary once again showing his ability to beat his defender off the dodge. A good take there by McGeary to try to get Malvern back into this game.
Shot just high, just wide out of the stick of Chris Hilburn. And now we get a timeout on the field, a great timeout call. Opportunity for us to talk about NXT lacrosse and talk about Philly lacrosse showcases, great recruiting opportunity. And then we have to pick an Under Armour All-American Underclassmen Player of the Game.
Yep. First and foremost, Next Lacrosse, based out of the Philadelphia area. Next Sports. Really, Booker and I have been using the hashtag What's Next or Not Next, and that's used all the time on their Twitter account of What's Next. And you see a great play or something happen like that. Mark Matthews one-handed grab, hashtag That's Next. And really, like I said, 2015 and 2014 teams, the 2016 team coming this fall. Noah Lehman, a 2015 freshman that's on Haverford varsity on there. You'll see some guys from Episcopal on the 2014, 2015 next teams. So they're really doing a good job of educating the youth in this area with the stick skills. Phenomenal coaches. They're really second to none. And then our Under Armour All-American, I think Booker, it has to go to Paxton Moore, the long stick midfielder from Haverford School. About 4 calls turnovers. He's got 5 to 6 ground balls, pushing the ball in transition. He's really been the spark from them between the lines and covering guys. Paxton Moore heading to Michigan next year. He would get my vote as the Under Armour Player of the Game.
Still 2:07 to go, barring any dramatic changes in score. Paxton Moore will be your Under Armour All-American Underclassmen Player of the Game. But that Under Armour All-American Underclassmen tryout taking place in 10 regions, boys and girls. Go to UnderArmourLacrosse.com to learn how you can participate in a tremendous recruiting opportunity, as well as the opportunity to measure yourself against the best in the area. UnderArmourLacrosse.com. Malvern coming out of the timeout. Haverford playing great position defense all day long. Warner Bailey will start on the ball. Malvern Prep puts it in the stick of Eddie McLaughlin. McLaughlin driving right-handed, but you can really see Warner Bailey just sitting down there. Brett, you talked about it early in the game.
That's really a difference there. Scott Warren, a senior defenseman, just sits down and plays great positional defense and uses the cross-check to his advantage there. And now Haverford is able to get the ball back, and now they're going to have to keep it in the box with less than 2 minutes remaining.
9-5 your score. Haverford with possession and a 4-goal lead. Zach Rigo now possession. They're looking to double the ball.
And look for Barrett to come out of the cage here to try to pick someone else, shut him off as Malvern tries to get the ball down the ground. They do effectively. Good job there by Sheridan and Rafferty of Malvern Prep to cause the turnover.
They get a delay call on the far side. I'll tell you, Malvern Prep, they have the ability to send out Jack Sheridan and Chad Rafferty to double the ball. That's 2 future Notre Dame Fighting Irish defenders. Not a comfortable position to be in if you are an attackman.
That's like your worst nightmare. Notre Dame is known for their great defensive players. Defensive coach we already talked about in this program, Jerry Byrne, does an excellent job of recruiting. And you see there another pickoff pass by Paxton Moore, but now Malvern Prep calls the timeout. I think that was before it actually happened, so they were able to dodge a bullet there as Coach Metzbauer correctly calls the timeout.
Fans, we remind you that following the conclusion.
1 minute and 1 second remaining here. 9-5 Interact Invitational brought to you by the Pattison Sports Group. Jeff Long doing such a nice job of creating this Interact Invitational. Second game, Lawrenceville going up against Episcopal Academy. Coach Andy Hayes has done an amazing job in the last couple years with that Episcopal group. Great coach. And, of course, Will Gibbs, his assistant coach, does a fairly nice job as well.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing them play. They're a team that really has rebounded last year. The team motto, no excuses, and they're watching them playing against Lawrenceville next. Should be an entertaining game to watch, Booker.
Flag down this man up brought to you by the Power Shaft, but it's obvious that Haverford School has had their motive pure. Interesting little tactic there as he rolled the ball out. That's a good call because now you get your man-up unit in. You get a chance. You kill the clock because you don't want it running. I like that call.
Yeah, the future Quaker Joe Dunn, obviously book smart.
Yeah.
Right there, lacrosse IQ. I like it, Joe Dunn. Taking the ball and rolling out to get your man-up personnel on the field because you're going to get a better look with your man-up than probably there 6-on-6. That's one of the smartest moves I've seen a high school lacrosse player. So tip my hat off to Joe Dunn.
And I tip my hat off to our tremendous sponsors throughout the course of the day. Skeeter Snacks. Go to skeetersnacks.com. Check out the website. You'll be able to get those products soon. Shot goes just wide. Want to thank Ninja Lax or Ninja Mesh. Both those products. Check out ninjalacrosse.com to learn how you can get the best pocket and most consistent pocket. Shot whistles just wide. Of course, Peter Rohr Private Bank of Merrill Lynch. Great sponsorship by Merrill Lynch. And, of course, Motive Pure Hydration Formula as the clock winds down. Great save by Jake Landman, and that'll do it. Final score, 9-5 for Brett Manny. I'm Booker Corrigan saying thanks for making CUDA.com your source for great lacrosse action throughout the year 2012. CUDA.com, over 2 million views on the course of the year. Thanks to all our viewers.